March is quite the thrilling month for all the fixed signs, and Scorpio is most certainly not excluded from that. With the mediocrity of the first 2 months of the year, we're all eager for some excitement, and that's precisely what you're getting. We start the month on a good note, with a Jupiter-ruled new moon bringing all of the benefic blessings you deserve. Jupiter is the planet of good luck, and not only that, but this new moon is also happening in one of the best houses on your chart, the 5th house. This is where we find things related to pleasure, joy, and creativity and children. With that said, this can be quite a joyous time for the Scorpios who are parents, especially considering some of the tension happening in your 4th house related to home and family that we'll unpack later in this horoscope. If you don't have children, you can still benefit from the youthful and playful lust for life this moon can bring. Don't hold back and enjoy life to the fullest. Though, if you were born at night, Jupiter can lean more towards the side of extremity, so be mindful of how you're having fun. Now, onto the 4th house. Shortly after the new moon, you have Mars and Venus entering your 4th house of family and home life. This can be quite the tense transit, primarily because of Mars, like always. The god of war always likes to cause fights, separations and turmoil. Though, what really makes this a challenging transit is the fact that Saturn is also transiting through that same house, as it has been for the last few years. This planetary combination is a push and pulls between restriction and adversity, so don't be surprised if authority issues come up. The best way to deal with this transit is to learn more about the powers of Venus, especially since because she moves faster, she will conjoin with Saturn first towards the end of the month on the 28th. While Mars likes to fight, Venus does the opposite, and her pairing with Saturn makes for collaboration and fairness. If you're interested in remediation practices, you could even boost Venus power by setting time aside every Friday night, Venus Day, of this month to meditate to the scent of either lilac or, preferably, frankincense. A good mantra to repeat to yourself while doing so would be, I love and unite. Mercury will also be switching signs shortly after as it joins the Sun and Jupiter in your 5th house. In Scorpio's 5th house, Mercury ceases to be the rational communicator that it's known for and becomes much more of a hyper-romantic poet. If any of you have embarked on a new romance, this transit can be just what you need to impress your lover. Though, with a lack of rationality and an overdose of fascination, you'll have to be wary of not missing any potential red flags. This might not be the case at all, but it would be wise to ask the opinion of your friends to make sure you're not overlooking any important details. Speaking of friends, the full moon this month has that theme at its core, with Mercury as its ruler incentivizing the sharing of ideas and necessary conversations surrounding psychology and the emotional realm. As much as the incentive might be there, you'll be the only individual capable of opening yourself up to these energies. Scorpios have a tendency to keep secrets and be a little more closed off even to friends and trusted individuals. However, like mentioned earlier, when we keep everything to ourselves, we run the risk of missing out on valuable information that we can only achieve through the perceptive lens of other people. Allow this full moon to be your guide as it shines a light on the insights your friends are more than willing to share with you. Even if you don't agree with what they have to say, you're creating a space for your own ideas to evolve and change by simply listening to it. They don't have to bend to what other people think you should or shouldn't do, but at the very least, you can get a higher level of certainty that you're on the right path. If you surrender to the energies of this full moon, you'll be able to take full advantage of one of the last conjunctions of the year happening between Mercury and Jupiter. This is the perfect blend of faith and reason that all of us need to make wise decisions. And since this is still happening in your 5th house, these ideas are the key you need to create joyous opportunities to ensure 2022 runs as smoothly as possible.